Listen carefully. Leadership law number 1. Temptation doesn't need your permission. It only needs your access. It is not a debate. It is a doorway. It is not looking for your opinion. It is looking for your key card, your password, your proximity. Write this down. Temptation is an access problem. Jesus said, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation, not because temptation asks you to enter, but because it waits for an opening. Cain was warned, sin is crouching at your door, at the door, not the stage, not the stadium, the door. Read this one for me, go. Access precedes collapse. I met a young executive in our city, fictional, to protect the guilty, who lost a multi-million-dollar career, not because he was evil, but because he kept the wrong door unlocked. A travel schedule without guardrails. A hotel room with just 5 minutes became 5 hours. Private compromise will always become public scandal. You are not misunderstood, you are disqualified. That's harsh, but it is love. Be sober, be vigilant. The scripture says, because your adversary, the devil, prowls. He is not seeking a committee meeting. He is checking handles in the dark. Write this down. Trust is the currency of leadership. You do not lead because you are gifted. You lead because we trust you. Every leader has an account of trust. Deposits come slow, years, decades, through small, consistent tests. Withdrawals happen fast, seconds, minutes, through doors you left ajar. Stop using the term trust me. No, protect the account. Earn interest through integrity. Protect the account when no one is clapping. Protect the account in your calendar, your conversations, your car rides, your clicks. Above all else, guard your heart, Proverbs says, for it is the wellspring of life. Your heart is the vault. Your habits are the locks. Read this one for me. Go. Prevention is the cheapest form of restoration. Restoration is expensive time, reputation, families, organizations, tears. Prevention is a lock on a door, a plan before the meeting, a decision before desire. Neither give place to the devil, says Paul. Place is geography. Temptation needs a location, access. A ride home with the wrong person is a place. An unlocked phone at 1 a.m. is a place. A private lunch with no windows is a place. Leadership begins by closing doors. Write this down. Boundaries are not suspicion. Boundaries are love for your future. In this series, I will give you 7 boundaries that save you before you need saving. 7 locks on one vault. 7 doors closed so you can sleep at night. Before appetites roar, before applause intoxicates, before power whispers lies, we will install a system. And I promise you, if you submit to it, it will keep you when your feelings won't. You don't need another motivational poster. You need a lock. You don't need a new title. You need a new password policy. You don't need to be liked. You need to be safe. Take a breath and write this last one. Close the doors now so God doesn't have to close them for you later. Because if he closes them, it might be a demotion. If you close them, it will be protection. Protect the account. Protect the account. Protect the account. Now lean in. Let me open the ledger. Write this down. Trust is the currency of leadership, and you don't print it, you earn it. Read this one for me. Go. Test over time equals trust. That's how deposits work. Consistency becomes currency. Little things, same direction. Long time showing up when no one checks attendance. Telling the truth when a lie could make you look brilliant. Honoring your spouse with your eyes in your calendar. Returning calls you could avoid. Keeping confidences you could convert into clout. People are watching. They are your auditors. Leadership is borrowed credibility from those auditors, and they raise or lower your limit based on your private integrity. Stop using the term trust me. No. Produce statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Leadership. You think it's a throne. It's a loan. The people extend you a credit line called influence because you passed small exams in obscurity. Every yes to your assignment, every no to your appetite, every I'm sorry when you fail, deposit, deposit, deposit. Paul says it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. Required, not suggested. Read that with me. Required. Faithfulness is the interest your account accrues when no one is clapping. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. That's bank language from heaven. Now, withdrawals. Write this down. One hidden pattern can empty an account. Not one mistake, one pattern. Patterns are systems of disobedience, a secret message thread, a recurring cash envelope off the books, a private ride you keep arranging. You cannot negotiate consequences with the public once the pattern is exposed. Jesus warned, what you do in secret will be shouted from the housetops. You don't get to decide the volume of that megaphone. When the account is empty, you are disqualified. You may still be talented, you may still be applauded, you may still fill the room, but the bank is closed. Heaven knows, your team knows, your children know, that gnawing silence in your soul knows. Gifts attract opportunities, character contains them. Write that down. Your gift will open doors, big doors, bright lights, heavy responsibility, but character is the container. If the container cracks, everything leaks. Your credibility, your team's morale, your organization's future. Talents and titles can grow exposure. Only character grows capacity. Ask Samson, he still shook pillars, but the house fell. Ask David, his crown did not exempt him from the cost of his cover-up. Grace forgave him. Consequences adjusted his ledger. So what is our number one job? Not platform growth, not trending, not bigger stages. Your number one job is to protect the trust account. Protect it in your budget, protect it in your travel, protect it in your browser. Protect it in who sits in your car. Above all else, guard your heart, because your heart is the vault and your habits are the locks. Now here the transition. Boundaries are not restrictions. Boundaries are bank security. Think vaults, not vibes. Locks that require 2 keys. Limits that cap withdrawals at night. Alarms that scream when there's movement in the wrong room. Oversight that reconciles every transaction. The wise leader lives under cameras, countersigns every check, and welcomes audits. We will install 7 of these, one system, multiple layers. Because prevention is the cheapest form of restoration. Protect the account, protect the account, protect the account. Before we install locks, we must pour the concrete of the vault. Write this down. Law produces values, values produce morals, morals inform conscience, and conscience keeps you when no one is applauding. That is the chain. Break the chain and the vault buckles. Strengthen the chain and the vault holds under pressure. Law interprets values and law establishes values. Whenever you create a law, you've identified a value. God gave Israel law to create a culture. Jesus stood in a wilderness and answered appetite, fame, and power with one phrase. It is written. That's law doing its job. Conscience is unspoken law. Law is the law shouting at you. Read this one for me. Go. If you don't anchor yourself in law-shaped values, your conscience becomes negotiable and your integrity becomes temporary. That's why some of you are brilliant and still unsafe. You have motivation without legislation. You have zeal without statutes. David said, your word have I hidden in my heart that I might not sin against you. Hidden where? In the vault. When the clapping stops, that word talks. When you're tired, that word talks. When you're flattered, that word talks. Here is the danger. When a leader rejects law, they create private values. Private values produce private morals. Private morals produce public disaster. I have watched leaders rewrite the dictionary in the hallway of a hotel. It's just networking. It's just cash flow. It's just a harmless message. It's just one ride. No, that is you legislating for yourself. The moment you become your own parliament, you will pass bills for your appetites. And when the video plays, when the audit reads, when the family cries, you can say, I didn't mean it, but the bank will say insufficient funds. You are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. Leadership test number 1 for your soul. Your conscience must be louder than your appetite, louder than your ambition, louder than the crowd. Write it down. Appetite says now. Ambition says more. The crowd says you deserve it. Conscience must answer, it is written. Paul said men show the work of the law written on their hearts, their conscience. Bearing witness, that is the alarm inside the vault. If your alarm is soft, increase the law. If your alarm is late, strengthen your values. If your alarm is ignored, you are already in danger. Operational point. Boundaries are the practical expression of values. Policies are love for your future. You don't feel your way into integrity, you build it. That's why we write codes of conduct, not poems of intent. That's why we put windows in offices, dual signatures on accounts, chaperones on travel, filters on devices. Those are morals you can touch, values with hinges. Stop using the term, trust me. Show me your law. Show me your values. Show me your boundaries. Protect the account. Now, before we list the locks, here are the battlefields they must face. Every leader will be hunted in 3 arenas: appetites, food, drink, and sex. Fame, the intoxication of applause, and power, the seduction of exemption. We will build for those storms. We will wire the vault for those earthquakes. And when they come, and they will, you will still be standing, because the chain will hold when no one is clapping. Every leader is hunted in 3 arenas, and they are not exotic, they are ordinary. Write this down: appetites, fame, and power. Read this one for me. Go build your boundaries for those battlefields. If your locks are not designed for those doors, you will have a vault that looks strong and leaks under pressure. First, appetites, food, drink, and sex. These are not demons, they are drivers. They are legitimate desires that become illegitimate masters when they sit in the driver's seat. Hunger is holy until it dictates hiring. Thirst is fine until it chooses your friends. Sexuality is a gift until it becomes your God. Daniel purposed in his heart he would not defile himself with the king's menu, that is appetite under law. Jesus looked at bread in the wilderness and said, it is written, that is appetite under values. Write this down. Temptation enters through unmanaged normal needs. The devil doesn't need to invent a new need. He just needs access to an undisciplined one. If your stomach, your glass, or your glands are writing policy for your calendar, you are already negotiating with your conscience. And when you negotiate with your conscience, you are disqualified. It just hasn't posted to the public ledger yet. Second, fame, the craving to be seen, affirmed, trending. Fame is applause seeking custody of your soul. It tempts you to perform a persona instead of protecting character. You start editing your life for likes. You will sell principle for platform and rehearse compassion for the camera. Herod received the crowd's shout, the voice of a god, and he died of the praise he swallowed. Write it down. Applause is either encouragement or poison, depends on whether you drink it or acknowledge it. When fame becomes oxygen, you suffocate off stage. You will start creating content instead of living conviction. Stop using the term trust me. No. Protect the account. We don't trust personas, we trust patterns. Third, power, access, authority, money, influence. Power doesn't corrupt first, it reveals first, then it accelerates. It gives permission to what was already inside you and removes the speed limit. Nebuchadnezzar said, is not this the great Babylon I have built? And the kingdom was taken while the words were still in his mouth. Write this down. Power is a mirror with a megaphone. If you were sloppy at low levels, you will be catastrophic at high levels. If you were kind in obscurity, power will multiply your mercy. That's why Joseph could sit on Pharaoh's chariot and still weep with his brother's character contained capacity. Warning to every rising leader, the higher you go, the more expensive your mistakes become. More cameras, more screenshots, more witnesses. Even if you whisper, there is a microphone somewhere. Even if you think the room is private, someone's cloud is public. Heaven hears, your children hear, your team's morale hears. Trust is the currency of leadership, and inflation is brutal at the top. One error costs 1,000. Protect the account. So what do? We design the 7 boundaries for these 3 arenas. Locks for appetites, cameras for fame, safeties for power. Before desire becomes a headline, before applause becomes an idol, before access becomes abuse, we install the system. Because prevention is the cheapest form of restoration, and the account you save will be your own. Boundary number 1, write it down. Decide your non-negotiables before you are aroused, angry, or applauded. Read this one for me, go. Integrity is not an impulse. It is a written set of pre-decisions made before pressure arrives. If you wait until your body is hot, your temper is high, or the crowd is loud, you will negotiate with your conscience. And when you negotiate with your conscience, you are disqualified. The announcement just hasn't been made yet. The prudent see danger and take refuge, Scripture says. But the simple keep going and suffer for it. Pre-decisions are refuge. Policies for your soul. Values must become policies. What you believe on Sunday must become what you do on your worst Wednesday. Daniel, purpose in his heart before the menu arrived. Jesus said, it is written, before he answered hunger. Joseph decided in Potiphar's house before the garment was in his hand. Write this down. Feelings are terrible legislators. Law must write the policy. Make no provision for the flesh, Paul says. Provision means planning. Stop planning to fail. Plan to flee. Let me give you an example so there's no fog. Non-negotiable. No private meals with a person who could compromise your marriage or their perception of you. Glass tables, windows, all bring a third person. Non-negotiable, no drinking alone, ever. You are not that strong, you are that human. Non-negotiable. No secrecy with money. Every reimbursement, every honorarium, every gift receipted, recorded, reviewed. Non-negotiable. No DMs after hours with people who are not your spouse or your direct report. And even then, keep it in the light. Move it to official channels. Copy accountability. Non-negotiable. No travel without a visible itinerary and a second set of eyes on your schedule. Non-negotiable. No hotel room meetings. Lobbies only. Daytime only. Doors open. Cameras are your friends. These are not fears. These are fences. Fences protect sheep. Protect the account. Now, think consequence first. Write it down. Decide based on what you could lose, not what you think you can manage. If this text leaks, do I lose my family? If this meeting is photographed, do I lose my reputation? If this envelope is questioned, do I lose my organization? If this pattern is discovered, do I lose my community's trust? Leadership rises and falls on the trust account. One foolish evening can mortgage your children's memories for decades. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. So write your no now before the room, before the ride, before the reply. Protect the account. Photograph this with your mind. Decision, then temptation, not the other way. When desire knocks, you don't look for wisdom, you consult policy. That's why you must write it. Put it on paper, sign it, give it to your spouse, give it to your board, give it to your team. If it isn't written, it's a wish. If it isn't shared, it's still a secret. Stop using the term, trust me. No, show me your policies. Show me your pre-decisions. Protect the account and hear me with love and thunder. If you refuse to decide early, you have already decided late. Late decisions are expensive. Early decisions are cheap locks. We start here because the heart is the vault and pre-decisions are the code. But a code without a guard is still vulnerable. A decision without structure is a wish. So after we write the non-negotiables, we will install authority over you, accountability that can say no and you obey. That's the next lock on the vault. Because prevention is still the cheapest form of restoration. Boundary number 2, write it down. The safest leader is the one under authority. Read this one for me, go. If no one can correct you, you are already in danger. A code without a guard is a wish. The centurion told Jesus, I also am a man under authority, and because he was under, he could exercise authority. That is leadership law. You cannot be your own judge in your own case. Your heart is deceitful when you're the defendant and the defense attorney at the same time. Do not be wise in your own eyes, Proverbs warns. Submission is not a feeling. Submission is a boundary that saves leaders. Define a reliable authority. Write this down. Choose one who fears God, tells you the truth, has nothing to gain from your image, and holds the power to remove your access. Not your fan, not your payroll, not your echo. Someone who can say, step down, and you obey. Obey those who watch over your soul, scripture says. For they must give account. If they do not fear God, they will fear you. If they want your platform, they will protect your performance. If they cannot close doors, they are not authority, they are advice. Advice soothes you. Authority saves you. Protect the account, operationalize it. Schedule it like rent, not like inspiration. Weekly check-in, 15 minutes, no excuses. Monthly 60-minute meeting, phones down, documents up, quarterly deep audit calendar, travel, money, messages. Give them standing permission to ask the 4 dangerous questions. How are your money, your sex, your anger, and your pride? Read that for me. Go. Money, sex, anger, pride. Show them statements, not summaries. Let them see your itinerary before the trip, not the pictures after. Give them your spouse's number and permission to call. If they text you, you answer. If they show up, you open the door. If they say pause, you stop mid-sentence. That's submission. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but deceitful are the kisses of a crowd. Write this down. Authority must have keys. Keys to your calendar, who you meet, when, and where. Keys to your finances, 2 signatures on expenditures, no private envelopes, no shadow accounts. Keys to your communication, random spot checks on DMs, late night messages moved to official channels. Keys to your stage, if they say 3 weeks, sit, you sit. You are not misunderstood. If you resist correction, you are disqualified. The press release just hasn't been drafted yet. Stop using the term trust me. No, trust is the currency of leadership. Test over time equals trust, and tests are verified by systems. Protect the account. A word on posture. Submission begins when you disagree. Agreement requires no authority. David recovered because he let Nathan's word cut him. Peter returned because he let Jesus question him 3 times. The proud man despises reproof. The wise man loves it. Choose to be wise. Put your crown on the table when your authority enters the room. The vault is safer when 2 keys turn at once. Now here the transition. Authority cannot guard what it cannot see. They need data. Secrecy is the oxygen of temptation. It makes lies breathe and patterns grow. In the next boundary, we will kill secrecy, open the room, add windows to the vault, and let the light restore the strength of your conscience, protect the account. Boundary number 3, write this down. The first sin after the act is the cover-up. Concealment is rehearsal for disqualification. Read this one for me. Go. Secrecy is temptation's favorite room. Transparency closes that room and restores conscience strength. Adam hid before he argued. That's the pattern. David's disaster multiplied when he covered, not when he cried. He who covers his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes will have mercy. The hiding hardens the heart. The cover trains the tongue. What you hide will train you to lie. Secrecy is not silence. Secrecy is strategy. It is private channels, vanishing messages, unshared calendars, cash in envelopes, meetings with no windows, trips with no itinerary, phones with no accountability. Write this down. Secrets make you practice alibis. The more you rehearse, the more your conscience goes quiet. Conscience is unspoken law. Secrecy turns down the volume until wrong feels normal. You begin to say, it's not that bad. You start smiling at the mirror liar. If we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship. Light heals you. Darkness rehearses you. Practical now. No fog. Shared calendars. Non-negotiable. Your spouse and your authority see your week before it happens. Travel itineraries shared before tickets are booked. flights, hotels, companions, meetings, no private hotel meetings, lobby only, daylight only, phones in the light, open phone policy with spouse and authority, random checks welcome, no locked folders, no secret apps, no disappearing threads. All direct messages about work move to official channels. CC your authority on sensitive communications. After hours chat becomes group chat or it waits till morning. Finance visible 2 signatures on expenditures, receipts uploaded within 24 hours, monthly statements sent to your board or trusted oversight, honoraria deposited through official accounts. No personal gifts accepted without written disclosure. If you don't want it on a statement, you don't want it in your life. Stop using the term trust me. No, show me. Statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Let me give you fear as a friend. We live in a surveillance culture. Screenshots are forever. Cameras are everywhere. Even your watch is a witness. Deleted is not delivered from discovery. The cloud is a snitch. You don't need enemies when you have a hidden life. Your own devices will betray you. Jesus said, there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed. Heaven already knows. Earth is catching up with better software. Write this down. The cheaper path is transparency now, not apologies later. Here is the conscience effect you must fear. Every hidden decision writes a new law in your soul, looser, quieter, darker. After a while, you start feeling wrong and start calling it wisdom. That is when you are not misunderstood, you are disqualified. God can fire you and the crowd still thinks you're hired. Transparency is how you resensitize the alarm. Light makes your conscience loud again. Open the blinds on your life. Put windows in the vault. Let authority see what God already sees. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold because their rooms are lit. And here the transition. Secrecy loves geography. It hides in cars with tinted windows, corner tables, unlocked late night offices, hotel corridors, and private rides. In the next boundary, we will control environments, never negotiate with private spaces because the room you choose often decides the story you tell. Protect the account. Boundary number 4, write this down. Control your environments. Never negotiate with private spaces. Temptation is geographical. It studies rooms, routes, and rhythms. It hunts late nights, hotel rooms, back seats, closed offices, innocent coffee in a corner, after hours in the sanctuary, the green room with dim lights and unlocked doors. It doesn't need your consent. It needs your access. Read this one for me, go. If you keep entering the same spaces, you will eventually repeat the same failures, change the environment to change the outcome. Protect the account. Joseph didn't fast in the doorway of Potiphar's bedroom. He ran down the hallway. Flee youthful lust. That's scripture. Write this down. Strong men run early. I'm strong is the first sign you're weak. Let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. Humility builds distance from danger. Pride pulls up a chair. When you boast, you negotiate. When you humble yourself, you relocate. You don't need more courage. You need a different room. Operational rules now. No fog. Door open policy standard, not seasonal. If a meeting can compromise perception, the door is open, the blinds are up, or you move to a fishbowl room with glass walls. Public spaces over private places, lobby, cafe, conference room with windows, daylight hours, no one-on-one in isolated settings. If it must be one-on-one, then not in a car, not in a home, not in a hotel, and never after hours. Travel protocols, publish your itinerary before you go. Shared calendars with your spouse and authority. No late night arrivals without a chaperone. 2x2 for rides. If you're the only one walking to the car, you reschedule the ride. Hotel rules, no meetings in your room ever. Hospitality happens. Text the door number to your authority for your own conscience to hear itself. Green rooms, doors cracked, team present, no loitering. You exit with people, not with plans for just a minute. Write this down. Remove yourself from any situation you would be ashamed to explain. If a paragraph is required to justify your presence, you should have left in a sentence. Perception is not paranoia, it is policy. Avoid even the appearance of evil. Even if you did nothing wrong, a compromised scene debits your account, optics, or withdrawals. The public will not process your motive. They will process the photograph. Stop using the term trust me. No, show me your locations, your companions, your timestamp. Statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Build time boundaries into space boundaries. Curfew your calendar. The later it gets, the weaker your governance becomes. Move high-risk conversations to morning. Choose bright tables, not shadowed corners. Sit where the cameras see you. Park where the lights find you. Bring a third person or don't go. Read this for me. Go. Policies are love for your future. These are fences, not fears. Fences keep the wolves out and your name intact. And hear me with pastoral thunder. If you keep returning to the same room that ruined you last year, you are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. You are writing a pattern, not a paragraph. Change the room. Change the report. Move the chair. Save the crown. Make no provision for the flesh. Provision is environment. Environments either provoke or protect. Choose the ones that protect the account. Now the world has new rooms, digital ones. The back seat is a DM. The closed office is a disappearing thread. The hotel corridor is an algorithm at midnight. In the next boundary, we will lock the phone and close the screen doors because temptation travels through pixels as easily as it walks through hallways. Protect the account. Boundary number 5. Write this down. Your phone is either a tool under law or a doorway for temptation. Lock the digital gates. Temptation used to knock. Now it pings, notifications, DMs, late night scrolling, hidden accounts, pop-ups that don't pop down. Read this one for me. Go. Temptation doesn't need your consent. It needs your access. The screen is a door. Close it with policy, not willpower. Set rules you can enforce. No private DMs for counseling ever. Move conversations to official channels. Email with a shared inbox. Monitored chat with your assistant, copied, recorded calls during office hours. If a message grows personal, you add a third person or it ends. Write it down. Never build intimacy in secret. Intimacy without covenant becomes leverage against you. Delilah didn't need a sword. She needed a private conversation. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes, the psalmist said. Your eyes are windows, clean the glass. Install accountability software on every device, phone, tablet, laptop. Reports go weekly to your spouse and your authority. You don't pick the filters, the authority does. You don't delete your history reports you. Screen time limits are not for children, they are for leaders who love their future. Curfew your device. Do not disturb from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No devices in the bedroom. The bed is for covenant, rest, and prayer, not content. Dock the phone in the kitchen. If it must be reached, it must be walked for. When you make sin inconvenient, holiness feels stronger. Operational detail, so there's no fog. Turn off disappearing messages. Disable secret folders. Remove the app store from your personal control. Your authority holds that password. Unfollow triggers. Mute discover pages. If the algorithm keeps sending poison, starve it. What you click, you cultivate. Galatians says, whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. Late night clicks are seeds. They will grow cravings you cannot manage in daylight. Write this down. You are training your appetite with your thumbs. Consequence, and let fear protect you. The screenshot is a witness. The cloud is a courtroom. The metadata has a memory. The algorithm is not your friend. It is a salesman that studies your lust and builds your conscience with more of it. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eye is clear, your whole body will be full of light. If your feed is dark, your future dims. Stop using the term, trust me. No, show me your reports. Show me your settings. Show me your curfews. Trust is the currency of leadership statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Leadership policy. You do not pastor or mentor in private threads. You do not accept late night, I just need someone to talk to without a chaperone in the chat and a move to daytime. You do not counsel the opposite sex alone through DMs. You connect them to qualified help on official lines. Read this for me. Go. Never be alone with a person on a private thread. If you insist on secret channels, you are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. Your press release is simply pending. Now hear me. Digital discipline is incomplete without financial discipline. Money is power, and power is a test. The same device that lures your eyes can move your accounts. In the next boundary, we will put money in the light, because transparency in finance protects calling like a vault door you cannot pick. Protect the account. Boundary number 6, write this down. When money is hidden, character is being negotiated. Financial transparency protects the trust account. Read this one for me. Go. Money is a power test. It does not change you first. It reveals you, then accelerates you. The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Judas carried the bag and lost his soul before he sold his Lord. Hidden spending is hidden desire. Hidden budgets become hidden lies. If you hide money long enough, you will lie with confidence. And when you lie with confidence, you are disqualified. The audit report is just late to the meeting. Protect the account. Trust is the currency of leadership. And financial betrayal empties the account faster than almost anything, because it feels like theft from the heart. People didn't just give their money, they gave their faith. To misuse it is to mug their hope. He who is faithful with little will be faithful with much. Write this down. Receipts are not suspicion. They are worship evidence that you honored what people sacrificed. Practical now, no fog. Dual signature policy on all expenditures. No one signs alone, not even you. Separation of duties. The one who requests does not approve. The one who approves does not cut the check. The one who reconciles doesn't do either. Monthly reconciliations by someone who doesn't report to you, and reports sent to your board or independent oversight. Annual independent audit, third party, unedited, and published to the governing body. No cash handling, period. You don't count it, you don't carry it, you don't deposit it. Cash is a whisper. Policy is a microphone. Move all flows through traceable systems. Expense reporting within 24, 48 hours, receipt or it didn't happen. Business purpose written, pre-approval for travel and hospitality. Corporate card rules, no personal use, no I'll pay it back, no round will come. If a charge blushes in the light, it doesn't swipe. Compensation in the light. Your pay is set by an independent committee, benchmarked to market, documented in minutes, and made available to proper oversight. No envelopes. No love gifts to you personally. Honoraria go to the organization unless pre-approved, otherwise in writing by the authority that can say no and you obey. Vendor relationships, 3 bids. No relatives without disclosure and recusal. Contracts reviewed by counsel. Write this down. No private deals without counsel. Stop using the term trust me. No, show me the minutes, the statements, the signatures. Statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Personal rules for your soul. No secret accounts. No private credit cards. Your spouse and your authority can see every statement. Lifestyle freeze when influence rises. Keep your standards steady so pressure doesn't make you a slave. Don't buy an image you have to sin to maintain. Contentment is cheaper than scandal. Be content with what you have, scripture whispers, because peace is the wealth pride can't purchase. If a perk makes you hide, it isn't a blessing, it's bait. Read this for me, go. If it cannot live in the light, it cannot live in my life. Let fear protect you. Governments audit, journalists investigate, screenshots of transfers travel, heaven watches. Financial fog is an invitation to wolves. Make it glass. The more transparent you are, the louder your conscience becomes and the safer your crown sits. You do these things, and when accusation comes, you open the books and sleep. Now hear the warning. You can lock sex and money and still fall in minutes, because pride is a blindfold and fame is a drug. In the next boundary, we will refuse the throne of ego. We will build humility practices that keep applause from owning your soul. Protect the account. Boundary number 7. Write this down. Refuse the throne of ego. Fame is a drug and pride is a blindfold. Read this one for me. Go. Pride convinces leaders they are exceptions, but integrity is proven by humility that refuses exemptions. Applause is anesthesia. It numbs pain and quiets alarms. You begin to believe your own press. You start thinking policy is for them, not you. You think you can be alone at midnight, answer DMs because I'm different, handle cash because I'm anointed, sit in private rooms because I'm safe. That is not discernment, that is deception. Pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. When you believe you deserve exceptions, you are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. The announcement is just waiting for the headline. Protect the account. Anti-pride is not a feeling, it is a practice. Write this down. Serve without cameras. Wash feet when no one can film you. Jesus took a towel, not a throne, and he told us, do as I have done to you. Choose assignments with no applause attached, stack chairs, drive the van, visit the forgotten, schedule Sabbath as resistance to performance. He makes me lie down, the psalm says. Sabbath says, God runs the world, I don't. It breaks addiction to applause and detoxes the soul from metrics. If you cannot rest, you are already a slave to your stage. Submission to feedback is humility with clothes on. Keep mentors who are unimpressed by you, Nathan-level friends. People who looked you in the eye when you had nothing and will still look you in the eye now and say, sit. God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. Grace is God leaning in. Pride makes him lean away. Schedule reviews. Invite critique. Publish a feedback channel your team can use without retaliation. Read this for me, go. If you punish feedback, you are protecting an idol, not integrity. Speech discipline is non-negotiable. Don't market your holiness. When you fast, do it in secret, Jesus said. Stop announcing your purity and posting your piety. Let another praise you and not your own mouth. Don't weaponize your title. Your title is a towel, not a whip. Don't use spiritual language to hide character deficits. The Lord understands. I'm under grace. Touch not the Lord's anointed. That is scripture as camouflage. God is not mocked. Stop using the term, trust me. No, show me fruit, systems, reports. Trust is the currency of leadership statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Write this down. Your gift can take you where your character cannot keep you. Lucifer had position, beauty, and sound and pride, turned a worship leader into an accuser. Uzziah was marvelously helped until he became strong, and then he grew proud and violated boundaries. Saul prophesied and still lost the kingdom because he feared people more than he feared God. Don't outrun your container. Character is the container of gifts. Protect the container or the gift will spill and poison those who drink. So you stay small while you grow big. Practice downward mobility. Give credit away publicly. Take blame quickly. Sit in the back sometimes. Park far from the door. Travel without entourage when you can. Carry your own bag. Keep a portion of your calendar for people who cannot repay you. Write it down. Humility is a schedule before it is a sentiment. Now here the transition. One humble habit will not save you if the other doors are open. Ego slips through money, slides through screens, hides in private rooms, and thrives in secrecy. One lock is not a security system. In a moment, we will connect all 7 boundaries into a layered defense around one thing, the trust account. Because prevention is still the cheapest form of restoration. Protect the account. Now we build the whole system. Write this down. One lock is not a security system. Layers save leaders. Read this one for me. Go. Boundaries save you when they operate as a system, multiple layers protecting one trust account. Jesus said, watch and pray lest you enter into temptation. Watch is policy and perimeter. Pray is posture and power. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Make it 7 strands and you build a rope that pulls you out while others drown. Protect the account. See, the architecture, pre-decisions are your code-written policies before pressure arrives. Authority is your guard, an outside voice with keys who can say no and you obey. Transparency is your light, the camera's on, the blinds up, reports sent. Environments are your fences, distance that makes sin inconvenient and wisdom easy. Digital gates are your firewalls, filters, curfews, monitor channels. Finances are your vault. Glass accounts, dual signatures, audits that sing like alarms. Humility is your ground wire, the heart that bleeds off the static of applause so pride doesn't spark a fire. Write it down: code, guard, light, fence, firewall, vault, ground wire. This is the system. Protect the account. Redundancy is not paranoia, it is mercy. When one layer bends, the next one must bear the weight. If appetite stirs, environment saves you. If the room fails, the authority calls you out. If the authority is asleep, the report wakes them. If the report is late, the policy stops to spend. If the phone pings at midnight, the curfew mutes the lure. If applause swells, humility schedules a broom and a towel. Leaders do not fall by one mistake. They fall when every layer is weak at the same time. Write this down. Collapse is a cascade. Policy softens. Oversight fades. Secrecy grows. Rooms get darker. Screens get bolder. Money gets foggy. Ego gets fat. And then you are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. The press release just hasn't printed yet. Stop using the term trust me. No. Statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Self-audit now. Photograph this list. Rate yourself from 1 to 10 on each boundary. Pre-decisions, policies, written and signed. Authority, someone can say sit and you sit. Transparency, shared calendars, open devices, monthly reports, environments, no private rooms, daylight meetings, digital gates, filters, curfews, no secret threads. Finances, dual signatures, audits, no envelopes. Humility, schedule of downward practices, feedback channels. Read this for me. Go. Diagnose before you declare. Now circle your lowest 2 scores. That is your repair order. Assign names, dates, and actions in the next 72 hours. Write it down. Deadline is faith in action. By Friday, 5 p.m., install or reinforce those 2 boundaries with signatures, software, schedules, and a witness. Protect the account. Build the rhythm. Weekly check-in with authority, monthly transparency packet, quarterly environment review, device curfew every night, audit the bank every month, humility task every week. Watch and pray. The prudent sees danger and hides himself. Hiding is not cowardice, it is wisdom finding a better room. Now hear me as a shepherd. Some of you already passed prevention. Your DMs will be screenshotted. Your transfer will be questioned. Your room will be described. When the wave is already breaking, the system becomes a stretcher, not a fence. In the next moments, I will give you the restoration protocol. Run for cover, shut your mouth, and submit to authority, because forgiveness is free, but restoration is supervised. There is hope after a fall, but only if you obey the process. Protect the account. If you are already in trouble, hear your shepherd, run for cover, shut your mouth, and submit to restoration. Write this down. Stop justifying. Stop bargaining. Stop explaining. The first words you must kill are, let me tell you what really happened. No, be still. Be still and know that I am God. Read this one for me. Go. Every sentence you speak without authority multiplies damage. You are not misunderstood. You are disqualified. The press release just hasn't printed yet. Stop using the term trust me. No. Statements, not slogans. Protect the account. Forgiveness and restoration are not the same. God can forgive you in a moment. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive, but trust is rebuilt by testing over time. Write it down. Forgiveness is free. Restoration is supervised and slow. Peter was forgiven in a breath, but he was restored after breakfast on a shore with questions, with assignment, with oversight. Do you love me? Feed my sheep. Trust is the currency of leadership. The account is reopened with deposits of obedience, not with tears alone. Here is the protocol. Number one, identify a true and reliable authority who fears God and fears no man. Choose someone who cannot be bought by your tears, your title, or your tithes. Number two, completely submit to that authority without condition. No deals, no timelines. No, I think I'm ready. You are not ready. If you were ready, you wouldn't be here. Number three, allow the authority to represent you to the greater community. You do not speak for yourself. They will speak for you. Number four, total submission to their discretion regarding your readiness to return timing is not your decision. Write this down. You cannot bring yourself back. The authority has to bring you back. Protect others immediately. Step down where necessary. Remove access to the pulpit, the platform, the passwords, the people, and the purse. If there are victims, they come first. Pastoral care, counseling paid for by you, and if laws were broken, report to civil authority. Zacchaeus made restitution. Do the math, pay it back with interest where appropriate. Your image is not the emergency. Their healing is. Read this one for me. Go. Stop defending your reputation. Start repairing your relationships. Protect the account. Operational silence now. No interviews, no podcasts, no subtweets, no clarifying posts. Shut your mouth. Deliver your devices, calendars, and finances to the authority for review. Relocate if geography is a snare. Enter counseling. Submit to testing time-bound tasks. Small responsibilities under watch. If you fail small, you are not ready for big. Restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness. Paul wrote, considering yourself lest you also be tempted. Gentleness is not softness. It is strength under law. Hope now. Anchored in truth. David cried, against you only have I sinned. And God forgave him, but consequences remained and restoration was measured. Peter wept bitterly and returned to strengthen the brothers. After Jesus, after questions, after time, you can come back after a fall, but only through truth, time, and tested character. Write this down. Prevention is the cheapest form of restoration. If you still have time, install the 7 boundaries today. Diagnose your lowest scores, assign names, dates, and actions, and by this Friday, 5 p.m., put locks on every door, protect the account. And if you are already in the storm, run for cover, shut your mouth, and submit to authority. God's mercy will meet you, and in due season, if approved, you will return not to parade your gift, but to steward a trust account that now has alarms. Watch and pray. Protect the account.